Hoz, I know he's on here somewhere. He said he'd wait. He says he's good after midday, actually, because you don't want to catch Hoz at the wrong time. How you doing, Hoz? You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. What do you mean wrong time? What's wrong with you?
Well, sometimes you do fire off a few bombs.
I
like
promise not to.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Look, I've got this clip of you that is probably one of the most bizarre clips that you're probably anyone's going to see.
I'm just reading a statement before I go in and attempt to hand myself into the police. So this is the statement, a statement in support of Palestine Action. My name is Hussain Shafiei. I'm here today outside Scotland Yard because Palestine Action has been unjustly prescribed and branded as terrorists by this government. Let us be absolutely clear, in no universe is Palestine Action the same as Al-Qaeda or ISIS. This country has long and proud history of civil disobedience in the cause of justice. Recent polls show that a majority of the British public are aligned with the aims of Palestine Action, with over 57% supporting a full arms embargo on Israel. I put it in writing and I put it on my social media that I support Palestine Action, and I don't think Palestine Action is a terrorist organisation. Unfortunately, the law has said that they are, and I don't agree with that, and I'm quite happy to basically be taken to court and see what happens. That's it. I don't have anything against the police, and I love you guys, but I've got to do this because if we don't do this, then as far as I'm concerned, this law may come into effect and no one's going to do anything about it. That's it, nothing else.
You happy with details? Yeah, you've dealt with them before. Yeah.
We both know. We spent hours and hours together.
Yeah, we did. So, as it stands, is we've got a prior report on.
You're going to what?
We've got a prior report on.
Okay.
With you as a suspect for that offence that you quoted, section 13 of the Terrorism Act. Okay. Oh. We know who you are, and there's certainly no code due to arrest. We're not going to be arresting you.
You're not? Okay.
Okay. The reason is, I don't know if you understand what code due is, your solicitor might.
No.
We arrest anyone for offence, it has to be under certain conditions. One of those conditions is if we don't have a name and address, we can arrest, because obviously we deal with you another time if you don't know who you are. Other conditions, there's quite a few conditions, but you don't meet any of those conditions at the moment. So there will be a prior report raised as you as a suspect on the system, and you'll be invited in at a stage later to put your side to the story ahead. Do you understand?
You okay?
Okay.
That would be for section 13, not section 12.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So in which case, that's the end of the matter today, and we ask you to leave the police station.
Okay.
No?
Nobody wants you.
No problem.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Cheers.
So, Hoz, on Monday, you I think this is the story. You went to New Scotland Yard to try and get arrested, and they wouldn't arrest you. You then went to, that was Holborn.
Charing Cross.
Charing Cross, and they wouldn't arrest you. And then in the evening, you went to Hammersmith. So you did a little tour of London's Nicks. And what, did you get arrested at Hammersmith?
No.
Well, where are you? Have you been arrested yet?
No, I haven't.
But you started on Monday.
I must try harder. I can't try any harder than I already am. I'm lying down in my bed with my broken back, so there's only so many times I can go out without causing a problem for myself.
Well, so, I mean, you've done everything you possibly could to get arrested. I honestly can't think of much more you could have done.
So,
I mean, with the broken back as well.
So what I want to say to you is this: I'm making light of this, and I'm turning it into a joke, and it is funny because, the final words from the police officer at Hammersmith, the anti-terrorism squad, was, I said to them, "Are you going to arrest me now?" And they just looked at me and said, "You're trying too hard. Just go home." And literally, it's like, because you're trying so hard, it's going to look. You said you invaded New Scotland Yard, tried to break into New Scotland Yard. We told you to go away there. You then had two police officers outside Scotland Yard, who saw me sitting outside the sign with my solicitor, and my solicitor, the defender of all things for a, his client turns around and says to two passing police officers, "Could you arrest this man?" That's my solicitor. The police officers look at me, go, "Are you guys okay?" He's gone, "I'm a solicitor. Can you arrest him?" And the police officers just looked at me, lying there on my this zero gravity chair with a cup of coffee, and gone, "No, go away." Just like that. And he's gone, "Well, hold on a second. You don't even know what crime he's committed. Let me tell you what he's done before you say no." And they've just looked at me with my keffiyeh on and just said, "No, no, no, just go away. We got nothing to do with this." So I was told to go to Charing Cross. I went to Charing Cross police station, where I read a statement, and it's a written statement of why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. And in that statement, I've written the fact that I want to be arrested, and I want to be taken to court, and I want to be in front of a court with a jury of my peers. And I want them to turn around and say that my conscience and the conscience of a nation can't be criminalized. And that is the reason for it all. And that's the reason I've done what I've done, because for me, it's important for people to stand up at this time. This is the most important time, because people don't understand that in law, in Britain, you can't have a law come in without the majority of the British public being on the same side as the law. This is where tyranny basically starts. And this is where we are right now. This is a tyrannical law that's come in to stop people from caring about what's happening in Gaza. This is an overreach by government, and that's why I've done what I've done, because I know for a fact if I go in front of a jury, and in that jury they hear me say what I've got to say about the fact that 74% of the public in this country just don't want any more weapons sold to Israel. 74% of the population of Britain, if we lived in a direct democracy, would not want to see a continuation of the war that's taking place in Gaza. They'd want to see it stopped. But we can't do that now. We can't even complain about the genocide anymore, because, and this is a fact, Palestine Action is the only organization that has directly been able to stop bullets going into people's heads. They are the ones who were stopping Elbit System from having these drones. Like 5 days ago, a drone making baby noises to get people's attention to come outside shot a baby through the head, a 4-year-old kid through the head. Those things are made by Elbit System in Britain. And the only people who are stopping them are Palestine Action. They are literally shutting down these factories by their actions. And they use red paint that can be washed off. And I'm gonna let you say what you got to say, but it is funny, but it's not funny anymore. What they're doing to us is they're criminalizing our country. They're criminalizing, because at the end of the day, Britain is actually, and people don't realize this because they're not historians, but Britain is the place where Magna Carta came in, and Magna Carta said that we have a right to a jury of our peers. So the Crown, the barons, and no one else can decide, that they can prosecute me without having that law in place. They're taking that away, and they're taking away by 1,000 cuts. There's a Lord Leveson that right now is about to do a new thing about removing juries. But people need to understand that, and this is a huge difference. And if you remember what the police officer said, he said, "Oh yeah, you want to get arrested for Section 12, but we're charging you on Section 13." And then the policewoman turned around and said, "Yeah, it's not Section 12, it's Section 13." There's a reason why they don't want a Section 12, because the legal threshold is much higher, the sentence is much higher, and under Section 13, which is what everyone holding a piece of paper is, you can't go to a Crown Court. You can only go to a magistrate's court. And if you go to a magistrate's court, you're sitting in front of someone who is not a jury of your peers. It's a singular judge or a panel of 3 or 2, and they decide whether you're guilty or not, and they will carry out the law. Whereas in a Crown Court, you'll end up with a jury of your peers, people with a conscience. And 80 to 90% of every prosecution in front of a jury at a Crown Court for Palestine Action has returned a not guilty, because even if the law says criminal damage has taken place, the jury have turned around and said, that's fine. We accept their defense in stopping genocide. And and it's important people to remember 2003 Regina versus Fairfax or something like that, Jones. The defending lawyer was Keir Starmer, and he got a judgment that it is absolutely lawful and morally justified to stop wars for war crimes taking place. And now you've got Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister of our country, enacting a law that he defended and won, rightly won. And now we've got this draconian, tyrannical law brought in against our rights as British citizens. It's just wrong. That's why I've done what I've done. And by the way, I'm not a legal expert. The only thing that moved me was that I know it's wrong to what's it called, prescribe Palestine Action. It's manifestly wrong to try and prosecute people who are the only shield between the actions of a genocidal state and the children of Gaza. They are, because the ICJ has failed, warrants have gone out. Everywhere in the UN, they get shielded by the USA and Britain. No one is doing anything about Gaza. Violence is taking place over there, and the only thing that's slowing down the trickle of it, and it's only a small trickle, but it's better than nothing.